What if I told you that a blockbuster Hollywood movie accidentally exposed one of the biggest medical scandals in history? And what if I told you it's still happening today? Big Pharma has been treating the world like a giant, unregulated science experiment, and you're in it. Some of the biggest pharmaceutical companies treat human lives like deleted scenes, edited out when inconvenient. This isn't just a movie plot. This is the story of the constant gardener, corporate greed, and medical experiments so unethical they make Dr. Frankenstein look like a school nurse. Buckle up, because things are about to get sick. If you've seen The Constant Gardener, you probably thought, wow, what a great thriller. But what if I told you it's based on a real scandal? The movie follows a British diplomat uncovering how Big Pharma tests deadly drugs on Africans. Sounds like a thrilling conspiracy, right? Wrong. It's called Tuesday in the pharmaceutical industry. This movie isn't just entertainment, it's a wake-up call. It exposes how pharmaceutical companies test experimental drugs on vulnerable populations in developing countries, often without proper consent. Big Pharma's idea of testing is like a Hollywood sequel, bigger, riskier, and always profitable. For them, at least. Take 1996, when Pfizer decided to premiere its new drug Trovon on Nigerian children during a meningitis outbreak. The test subjects? 200 sick children. The problem? No proper consent. The result? 11 dead, dozens left blind, paralyzed, or brain damaged. The best part? The parents had no idea their kids were part of an experiment. Because why bother with informed consent when you can just say, "Trust me, I'm a doctor"? This scandal led to lawsuits and a $75 million settlement. But guess what? This wasn't an isolated case. And that's where things get even darker. There is an African proverb that says, "The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth." Big Pharma doesn't just ignore the village. They set it on fire and bottle the ashes as a prescription. Big Pharma has a secret. Testing drugs in wealthier nations is too slow, too expensive, and too regulated. So where do they go? Developing countries. Now, why do these ethical oopsies always seem to happen in poor countries? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because Africa, Asia, and Latin America are like an all-you-can-experiment buffet for Big Pharma. Weak regulations, cheap labor, and less media scrutiny. What does this mean? It means that while you're debating whether to take ibuprofen or aspirin for your headache, somewhere, someone is wondering if the pill they just took will cure them or kill them. The truth is, pharmaceutical trials work like test screenings. Only difference? Bad movies get pulled, bad drugs just get rebranded. Oh, and here's the kicker. Sometimes these drugs actually work. But can the people who risk their lives testing them even afford them? Absolutely not. That's for paying customers only, sweetheart. Right now, 60% of drug trials happen in poor countries, but 90% of those drugs will never be available to them, like serving the whole world popcorn, but only letting rich countries watch the movie. Big Pharma scripts better tragedies than Hollywood. That's right. You're not paying for the cure. You're paying for the next episode. And if you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe buttons to get more content of this nature, because just when you think it can't get worse, I'm about to drop a twist that will blow your mind. So here's what they don't tell you. Even when these drugs make it to the market, sometimes they still aren't safe. That's right, Big Pharma doesn't just test on the poor, they sell their mistakes to the rich. Plot twist, they rewrite the script. Remember Vioxx? It was a painkiller until it turned into a heart attack enhancer and killed 60,000 people before being pulled off shelves. But don't worry, corporate said oops and paid a fine, so it's all good now. Or how about Depo-Provera? Tested in Africa, marketed worldwide, then whoops, turns out it can cause infertility and bone loss. Did they tell women that before injecting them? Nope. Because why ruin a perfectly good business model? The hidden truth. Big Pharma's testing ground isn't just Africa. It's you. It's me. It's anyone who swallows a pill and hopes the side effects aren't worse than the disease. And if you think this is just a third world problem, check your medicine cabinet. You might already be part of the experiment. All right, enough horror stories. What do we do about it? Besides, screaming into the void? 1. Demand transparency by supporting laws requiring public disclosure of all drug trial results. 2. Support ethical research. Donate to groups like Doctors Without Borders, who fight against shady medical trials. 3. Push for stronger regulations, because clearly these companies aren't going to regulate themselves. 4. Educate yourself and others. The more people who know, the harder it is for corporations to hide. Read the fine print. If you can understand a Christopher Nolan film, you can read a medical insert. If enough of us speak up, maybe, just maybe, we can stop Big Pharma from treating human lives like disposable lab rats, or at least make it a little more expensive for them to do it. If you found this video hard to swallow, imagine the pills they're pushing. Leave a comment and let's continue this discussion, because the more we expose this, the harder it is for them to rewrite the script. Stay safe, stay informed, and, as always, question everything. That's it for today. Prescription. Like, subscribe, and call me in the morning. I'll see you in the next episode of Real If.